So today we got another version of the Moonshot event, but they decided to switch it up a little bit from years past. Usually it's always been common pitchers versus any hitters, but they got more specific with this one. Instead, it's bronze right-handed pitchers versus any hitters. With commons, it didn't matter who you threw out there, they were gonna get shelled. But with bronzes, there's actually some really good bronzes we're gonna go over in this video. Couple things to note when you're looking at players, make sure they have at least a 4-pitch mix that either includes a sinker, a cutter, a slider, or a slurve. Those are the 4 best pitches in the game, and if any of them have outlier, they're automatic pickups. That's something that none of the common players had, but a couple players that I'm gonna show you do have outlier. They do have that pitch repertoire. And another thing is make sure they have some decent hits per 9. That's the most important pitching stat, and a lot of the cards I'm showing you have pretty decent ones. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. This card may not be a bronze for long. We have a roster update tomorrow, and Kyle Wright is a prime candidate to get boosted up to a silver. So by the time you're watching this card may not even be usable in the event, but for right now he is, and he's a damn good one. He's got a sinker, slider, fastball, changeup, and a slurve, so really good 5-pitch repertoire. 71 hits per 9 is going to be solid, 92 velo. He also has a 97 break on his pitches. He has a lot of movement on his slurve with the 97, 85 on the fastball, 80 on the changeup and the sinker. Everything has really good movement. But he has 3 of the 4 pitches that we talked about. Sinker, slider, and slurve. Only thing he's missing is a cutter. So for the time being, you can use him in the event. So take advantage of that. Next one should be a no-brainer. Jordan Hicks, you need to have in your rotation. He should probably be your #1 guy in this event. He's got the sinker and the cutter, so great pitch mix right there. He also has a changeup and a fastball. And as of right now, he's playing up +7. So he's got +16 hits per 9, bringing it up to 94 hits per 9, and then 81 Ks per 9. So stats look really good, pitch repertoire looks really good, and on top of that, he also has outlier on his sinker, so that's gonna get up there in triple digits. Jordan Hicks cards have always been BR goons just because he's a bronze, he has outlier, good pitch mix. So don't be surprised if you have similar success with him in this event. And use him while he's up, because that 94 hits per 9 on top of everything I went over, he's gonna be damn good. Very similar pitcher is Pedro Sanchez. He's got a lot less hits per 9, going from 94 down to 58. I like his pitch repertoire with a changeup as primary, a sinker, a 4-seamer, a slider, and a curveball, but the big thing with him, he throws gas. He has outlier on his sinker, so just like Jordan Hicks, he's gonna get that sinker up to triple digits. He also has 70 home runs per 9, which isn't too bad in a Moonshot event. I think having the sinker and then an outlier sinker on top of that, it's gonna make him really effective. Homie just throws straight gas, somehow doesn't have outlier, but we got the rookie Hunter Greene, 4-seam fastball, touches 99, and on top of that, he has the fastest fastball in major leagues, yet he doesn't have outlier on him for whatever reason. But he has a slider, changeup, and a curveball as well. Hits per 9 are okay, but even though he doesn't have outlier, that 99-mile-per-hour fastball is gonna get up there. It's still gonna be very difficult to time it up. And he has some things with some horizontal movement in the slider, and then the vertical movement with the changeup and the curveball. So he has pitches moving in all kinds of directions on top of a 100-mile-per-hour fastball. I feel like this guy could just be really fun to use. Michael Lorenzen, cutter primary, fastball, circle change, slider, and a 12-6 curveball. 78 hits per 9 is going to be really effective. He's got a good pitch repertoire, but the fun part about him, obviously, I doubt anybody's gonna do it, but he has 66 and 58 power. The dude can hit. I don't know, I feel like this would be a fun card to use. We use from like 4 fireballers down to Michael Lorenzen with a 92-mile-per-hour cutter as his primary pitch. But you only really need 4 pitchers, so you don't even need to use him at this point. This one just confused me. Justin Dunn, who I think right now looks like is a free agent pitcher, has a 4-seam fastball, a slurve and a slider, so 2 really good pitches right there, and a circle change. Doesn't have outlier, doesn't throw very hard, but he has 94 hits per 9. I thought that was the weirdest thing. Like, why does Justin Dunn have 94 hits per 9? That's better than a lot of the diamond starting pitchers we have in the game. That's incredible, man. I don't get it. He is at a very nice 69 overall. He's a really good card to back out your rotation. And now we got to move on to the bullpen. Guy that doesn't throw very hard, but Pedro Feliciano still seems to be very effective. He has the cutter and the slider, so 2 good pitches right there. 88 hits per 9 is really the big one with him. He also has 99 break, so everything he has, the cutter, the slider, and even his fastball has a lot of movement on it. So it's a long relief option right there. Probably my favorite reliever on the list is Jonathan Lasagna because he has a sinker, a slurve, a changeup, a fastball, and a slider. Great pitch repertoire. On top of that, he's +6 up right now. So he's got +14 to the hits per nine, bringing him up to 85, and then +14 on the Ks per nine, bringing him up to 81. So he looks really good. And if you look right below me, you'll see he gets outlier on his sinker. So that sinker is going to be reaching the upper 90s. This is probably the best bronze right-handed relief pitcher that you can get for this event. Make sure he is in your bullpen. Ryan Hesley, though, is another good option. He has a fastball that reaches 99 miles per hour, a cutter, 12-6 curve, and a circle change. He's playing up just a little bit, but nothing too crazy. He's got 89 hits per nine right now and 70 Ks per nine, so very good hits per nine numbers. Doesn't have outlier, but still the fastball, just like Hunter Greene, it's gonna get up there. Still gonna be really hard to square up, and he has the cutter to go along with it. But he's been very effective so far this year in real life, so he's another guy that by this time tomorrow, he could actually be a silver. Ottavino is a really good option for your bullpen. He's got a slider as the primary, sinker, four-seam fastball, and a cutter. So he's got 3 of the 4 pitches that I recommend. He's got 87 hits per nine, so really good per nines, and he's playing up, so it's actually up to 91 right now. Ottavino, at least in my opinion, also has a very weird windup to it's super hard to tell if it's a sinker, slider, fastball, or a cutter coming out of his hand. I've always had a really hard time picking up his pitches. That's why that diamond card always messes me up. I don't know if other people have the same struggle as I do, but I have a hard time hitting his card. He has really good pitch break too, with 99 on the slider. That's going to be a nasty pitch. Reyes may not be as effective in real life as he was at the beginning of last year. We still got a big time fastball, a slider, changeup, 12-6 curve. I'm not in love with his pitch repertoire, even though it is 5 pitches, but what I do like is he's got 104 hits per nine, so he's still going to be really hard to hit, a lot of weak contact. He has, I think, the highest hits per nine for bronze that I've seen so far. Doesn't have outlier, but it's still going to get up there in the upper 90s. Going to be difficult to square up. And at the very least, he has a slider as a secondary pitch. So I can just kind of switch off between those 2 pitches. Bkindel is a solid guy for your bullpen. He has a fastball, slider, sinker, circle change, and curveball. 82 hits per nine, like that. He's not the best card in the world, but he's solid. He'll get the job done, especially if some of your other bullpen arms are out of energy. Then a must-have in your bullpen has to be Brewster Gratterall. This guy, at least in real life, I love watching him because it looks like he barely throws the ball, and it's like zoom, 100 miles per hour. It's insane. He has a sinker, slider, cutter, four-seamer. So even though he has 4 pitches, love the pitch repertoire. He's playing up right now, so he's got 88 hits per nine, which is really good, but it's playing up to 94, so that's solid. And then he has outlier on his sinkers, so just like Jordan Hicks and all those other guys I've mentioned, it's gonna get up there towards triple digits on the sinker. Brewster Gratterall, Reyes, and Jonathan Lasagna are my 3 must-haves for the bullpen. Pitch them as much as possible. A couple of other solid options, but it won't be the end of the world if you don't have them. Ottavino, I just like his pitch mix with the sinker, fastball, cutter, circle change, slurve. He also has 86 hits per nine, which is solid. And then Jorge Lopez, very similar with the sinker, curveball, fastball, changeup, and slider. His per nines aren't as good as Trevino, but I like the pitch repertoire. Well, there you have it, boys. Those are the best bronze right-handed pitchers that you can use in this event. I highly recommend you make sure you use any card that I mentioned that has outlier. Those are far and away going to be the best ones. The rest of them are still good, but outlier, it just hits different. You need to have whatever competitive advantage you can get in this event. But hopefully this helped you out. If it did, be sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.